Hello everybody. If you'd like to know a little bit about what April holds in store for you personally, I do offer several different levels of astrological service. All of these are available to schedule through the astrological services page of my website. You can schedule with me through the link that you'll find above. In addition, if you're interested in learning Vedic astrology yourself, I have an online academy, VedicAstrologyAcademy.com. You can find a link to that site right here. So here we are, the first of the sign by sign forecast for the month of April. Maybe that's a good month to start with. I'm going to give this a shot for a couple of months, see how it works out, because it's a lot of work that goes into doing horoscopes if you want to do it really well. So you're going to see me going through several different costume changes over the course of this video, because I kind of have to record it a little bit at a time, because that's the only way I'd be able to kind of put it all together. So just a little bit about horoscopes and how they kind of work. So I'm going to do ascendant by ascendant horoscopes. You should look for these for your ascendant. I work with the Vedic system of astrology, but I use a tropical zodiac with sidereal nakshatras. So if you want to know your ascendant as per the tropical system, there is a link down in the text below that will take you to a free chart calculator where you can calculate and find out what your ascendant is based upon your date of birth and your time of birth. So also I wanted to let you know that as these are horoscopes, they're not going to be absolutely perfect as per your life in general, because horoscopes are so much more than just where planets are transiting from your ascendant. We need to take into consideration what planets in your own personal birth chart are being impacted by these transits and so many other things. For that, I highly recommend getting a full consultation with either myself or, even another astrologer. But these can provide some general ideas of what's going on in the month ahead for you. So we're going to start with a little introduction into what April holds in store in general before we go into the ascendant by ascendant breakdown for all of the horoscopes. So April's a month where you're likely going to find yourself in one area of your life or another trying to bring resolution or healing to an area of your life that has long been broken. And you have an idea of how you want to achieve this, the steps that need to be taken in order to bring it about. But as you begin to start down that road and integrate those steps into your life, things get a little bit frustrating and they don't really go quite to plan, so to speak. And so you find yourself in a position where you're going, do I wait this through or do I shift on to another chance, another opportunity, or potentially another solution? And things are likely going to happen in a way that you don't expect them to. Somewhere along the road, you're going to have to let go of something, or potentially even someone that you don't want to let go of. Some restless energy begins to kind of come to the surface towards the end of April that coincides with you having to shift in one area of your life and bring that letting go process to a culmination. So we're going to go in and we're going to take a look at what areas of your life are most likely being impacted through these ascendant by ascendant horoscopes, which we're going to start obviously with Aries ascendant. Hello Aries, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for the month of April. So whose wisdom do you listen to most closely in your life? Are you the type of person that tunes into your own inner compass, trusts in its direction above all other things? Or do you find yourself in the position where well, you're perhaps influenced more heavily by the input of your friends and associates and your peer group, to say the least. So Jupiter, as it's transiting Shatabishak Nakshatra in your 11th house of gains and also peers, has you in the position of questioning what your purpose is or what your mission is. And if you have a good clue of that already, you're perhaps undergoing a review of that area of your life and trying to find a balance in either instance between purpose and mission and meaning, and taking a path that's more financially lucrative in moving ahead. And one part of you is questioning whether making certain moves which seem to offer a more financially lucrative lifestyle, and you're beginning to see a way in which you could do that would also allow you to have more meaning in your life as you begin to approach this particular path. Well, some conflicts and some stress tend to arise in your life. Philosophical arguments with people that you're perhaps closest with. It places you in the unique position of having to review your friendships and having to review the partnerships in your life and taking a look at whether those still serve a purpose in your life, whether there are more resources in your connections with your friends than there are in more deeply trusting in your own inner resourcefulness. And as we get, a little bit past mid-month, you're likely finding yourself in a position where you're feeling nervous and uncertain. Something that seemed like it was initially a really good idea, now you're not so sure about, because you're hearing all sorts of words that, part of them are seemingly pearls of wisdom, and part of them just seem like complete BS. And, as you're tuning into the ones that seem more like they're pearls of wisdom, you're questioning whether you need to shift or change your approach. Some of your friendships, some of your partnerships, maybe on a certain level they're in jeopardy if you decide to go down this particular path. But it looks like as you approach the full moon at the end of the month, you're willing to more fully commit to the path ahead, whether that be a restructured approach than the one that you were initially considering, or whether it's just the very same approach. You decide to step through that portal, although it feels, a little bit uncomfortable for you to do so. And I'd like to tell you that when you do it, it's going to just feel, completely wonderful, and you'll be glad that you made the decision. And you will eventually, but it's likely going to take you through a space of, having to confront your insecurities and questioning whether or not you made the right choice. Be willing to stick things through. Be willing to listen more deeply to your own inner compass. Those connections, those partnerships that need to stay in your life, they just automatically will. Hello, Leo, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for the month of April. Is it really worth arguing over finances? Well, likely not, and you may find yourself in just such a position this month where, there's potentially some debt that you're having to deal with, and because of that debt, there's equally some tension within a personal relationship of one sort or another. Hard to say whether this is really a business relationship or more of an intimate relationship. Whatever the case might be, an opportunity to heal is on offer for you. But you're going to need to be patient. Things take time, and when you're trying to heal, when some pretty not so nice things have been said, then it can take even more time than you might really want for it to in the first place. Best thing to do is to let that tension within the relationship, if it's more of a personal relationship, let it be discharged by spicing things up a little bit on the romantic end of things. That way, all of the tension, all of the anger and stress can be discharged in a more positive way. It also seems seems like a career opportunity seems to be in the works for you. And that can also offer you a chance to improve your finances as well. And if it's not necessarily a change in career altogether, it's a shift within the place that you presently work, letting go of one position for another. But it seems like on one level, well, you're a little bit reluctant to do that. You're feeling a little bit insecure about making this change. And once you actually do decide, probably towards the later end of the month, to make this particular shift, initially you may find yourself in a position where you're going, well, gee, that was really stupid. And why did I listen to that astrologer talk to me about the potential of that change? But if you give things time, if you're willing to be patient, if you recognize that all those things that you're looking to create in your life, you have to give them dedication, you have to give them devotion, and you have to be willing to go the extra mile. Don't think that everything is going to happen overnight. Be patient and take time. Sagittarius, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for the month of April. Everybody is watching you, and you know it. The focus is on you, and we can see those beads of sweat beginning to break out on your forehead. A lot of responsibility is really being put on to you, and you're feeling the burden of it. You didn't want this battle, but seemingly this battle has found you. One part of you feels like just taking that burden and going, here, you take it over. You take over responsibility for my life. You make all the decisions for me. You tell me which way to go. You be my nanny, my mommy, and my daddy, and the person who points my life in the direction that it needs to go, because goodness knows I just want to take all the responsibility for that and put it on someone else's shoulders, because I'm tired of feeling like I have performance anxiety. So because I've got performance anxiety, I'm going to get angry at someone else for the fact that they had a lack of clarity in terms of making a decision. You were really short-sighted. You weren't productive enough. You didn't do good enough of a job. But have you ever stopped to think that perhaps you're thinking that you didn't do good enough of a job, that you had short-sightedness? Occasionally in life, opposition is just too strong. And at those times, it seems like the actions that we take are futile. And at that moment, it seems like any choice is a wrong choice. But you do have one positive choice when the going gets tough. You have a choice to walk away from the conflict. It is your choice to engage or not to engage. Make that choice wisely. Thanks everybody for watching my first foray into horoscopes for all of the ascendants. I would really love to hear your feedback in the comments section below. If you haven't subscribed to my page, I'm generally doing 1 to 2 videos a week, so you can subscribe through the subscribe button, which I'm sure you'll see on the page. When you go to subscribe, please tick the notification bell. That way you can be notified each time a new video is uploaded. And if you want to schedule a consultation with me after watching your monthly horoscope, please feel free to do so through my astrological services page. You will find the link to that page above. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.